Hey guys, I'm Red, and this is LEGO Marvel Set 76218, released in 2022, with 9 minifigures, 7 being unique, and 2,708 pieces, all for just $250. This is the Sanctum Sanctorum. Now, I don't have the box, so a picture of it will be in the top left, but I have the instructions, so I guess we can take a look at that first. Now, since these are just instructions, there's nothing too special going on in the front. But on the back, there are 3 different pictures. Book number 1 has the mountains. Maybe that's supposed to be Everest, where the Ancient One sends Doctor Strange. Number 2 has the desert. And number 3 has the dark dimension. And of course, because this is a 18+ set, we have to get our introduction, I guess, to the set. So this page is all about designing the Sanctum. You can pause and read now if you like. On the next page, if I can get it, just has little pictures of the inside of the set. You can pause and read that again if you want, and then you can prepare for the magic of building the set. Our first minifigure is obviously Dr. Stephen Strange, and he comes with 2 magic pieces, I guess. One of them is the regular Power Blast piece, which is a shield in his case, and the other one is like the swirly thing, I guess. But removing all of the accessories, you can tell this is his appearance from the Multiverse of Madness. I really like it. A lot of people hate the rubber capes, but I think for Doctor Strange it works. Torso looks really good. I love all the blues and all the different details in his belt there. I like the sling ring and the silver thing on the right. His pants are really nice too. They're not dual molded, unfortunately, but that's okay. If we take off his cape, you can see that there's more back printing. You can see there's a little smirk for his second expression, while the first one is super angry. Might as well keep going with the Doctor Stranges. This is Zombie Defender Strange, and he's obviously undead, so his clothes are all ripped up. I really like the detailing though. I love the ripped up shirt, like the pants. I think those look nice. The waist printing looks nice too. No arm printing, unfortunately. Do like his hairpiece though. I think that's pretty nice. On the back there, you can see there's more printing, just with more rips and more tears and everything like that. No side leg printing either, no cape, but that's fine, I guess. And finally, our last Doctor Strange is Strange. He comes with these 2 magic pieces. One of them is like a shield, and the other one is like, maybe he's making a shield, I guess. But like Doctor Strange before him, he's holding them just with these clear, and I really do like this figure. I think it works really well in LEGO. I love the torso. I think all the little lines and stuff on the belt looks nice. I like the sling ring on the left, and I like the leg printing. I think that's really nice. No arm printing, unfortunately. On the back here, you can see the same kind of printing continues, just continues his outfit, and his second expression is obviously him with his third eye, which looks really cool. Up next here is Mordo, and I really like this figure, not just because it's sand green, but because his cape is fabric, and that's always bonus points. Start with the torso. I really like the sand green and gold. I think it looks really nice. You can see all the tiny lines in the gold print there on his chest. Just a really good attention to detail. But unfortunately, they didn't continue that with his legs or his arms. But anyway, he does have his sling ring in his pocket there. If we turn him around, you can see he has a second expression where he's smiling. Maybe that he's just found Doctor Strange in his dimension or something. And then on the back, more of the same printing continues. And finishing off our wizards, this is the Sorcerer Supreme Wong. And I really like this figure. Like the 2 translucent orange shield pieces, and again with the clear piece that he can hold. Now, starting off with the head, I did want to point out his little mustache, little stubble there on his face. It's a little bit of jawbone showing too. And on the torso is his clothes from Multiverse of Madness, so his Sorcerer Supreme attire. No printing on the legs or the arms, and obviously he can't have his second expression. And more of the same printing continues on the back. Just more wizard attire, I guess. And finishing up Multiverse of Madness, this is the Scarlet Witch, and I really like this figure. This one is still pretty cool. I like the 2 or I guess 4 translucent red pieces that she comes with for kind of like her powers. And of course, she has her crown on her hairpiece there, which looks really nice. I like the dark red and black there. And her, I'm not sure quite what it is. I'm not sure if it's a dress or like just regular wizard clothes. But anyway, it looks really nice in Lego with the dark red, and all the black there. You can see just looks really nice. All the shapes there. You can see there's a little bit of negative space for the hips, and the legs don't really match either. Okay, so I just figured out why. These are somebody else's legs. This Wanda is supposed to have black legs. But since I got the set used, obviously there are some differences, but still, I kind of like these legs better than the regular black. But moving on, you can see that the Scarlet Witch printing continues on the back, which looks just as impressive, and she does have a super angry, super upset Scarlet Witch face, which looks really cool. Starting off our Infinity War minifigures, this is Ebony Maw from Thanos' army. Now, he did come with this clear piece to stand on, but since he's already kind of on a pedestal, I didn't think he needed it. But anyway, he does come with these 2 gray pieces, like used for spikes that he can shoot out of his arms, which kind of look cool. I wish this clear piece was the same kind of metallic-y color, but I guess that's okay. It kind of make up for it in the torso and the legs, because this guy just looks really nice. I love all the little lines. It just looks pretty cool. I like the legs. The toe printing looks nice, and the little hints of blue in the legs there look cool too. And moving on to the back, you can see he has a little bit of hair, which I think is funny. And just the same printing continues on the back, but it kind of circles out, kind of in the middle there. And this is Iron Man. I really like this figure. This is his Mark 50 armor. He did come with these 2 clear blue pieces to stand on, but again, since he's already on a pedestal, didn't make much sense for me to do that. Helmet, I'm not really a fan of. I think it's really big. I wish they stuck with the old helmets in 2012. But lifting it up, you can see he has a kind of a HUD on his face there, on the torso. I think it looks nice that everything kind of flows together there. Legs, the waist, and the torso. No arm printing, and just the same printing kind of continues on the back, but he has these 6 gold things on the back that can shoot out nanotech, which I think is a pretty cool detail. And if we flip the mask around, you can see it's just a regular Tony Stark face underneath. And last, but definitely not least, this is Spider-Man, and this is the suit that Iron Man made him, so it's obviously a little more upgraded than regular Spider-Man suit. But we've seen the head before. Torso I think we've seen before, but there might be some minor changes there. It does have arm printing, which looks really nice. I like the little hints of black there on his wrist. Just look cool. On the back, you can see Spider logo, obviously. It does have dual mounted legs, which is really cool. And again, I did get the set used, so this does have the wrong legs, but guess it is what it is when you're buying Lego third hand. I don't know if you could see it that well, but you can see, if it wants to focus, you can see there are little hints of black for like a web shooter there on the arms. And here is the beautiful Sanctum Sanctorum itself. 1, 2, 3 stories of stuff to go through, but obviously I think we should start on the outside. Starting off over here with the walls, these 1x1 and 1x2 tiles were really annoying to place because you had to place a lot of them. Did kind of get a little change when you place the curve, but that's really about it. These 2 trees on the outside do look nice. They're simple, but they look nice. And there are jumpers everywhere, so you can place any figure you want to on the ground. Our first little hidden Easter egg here is this 177A, the address for the Sanctum Sanctorum, which Doctor Strange gave to Thor in Ragnarok. Right next to it, we have the superhero fire hydrant, and a lot of times mailbox with Black Widow's symbol on it. And we can see on the other side it says, grab the latest. But the latest isn't really anything special because it's just a folded up newspaper. But moving on from that, you can see there's another jumper. There's a door that says keep out. There's a street lamp and the superhero trash can, which when we look inside has a soda can and a Shady Ochre's care home 2x3 tile from, again, Thor Ragnarok. And towards the back alley, obviously we need some Technic holes, I guess, to connect this modular to others. We have a box here with, of course, nothing really special on it, but it is on a 2x4 jumper, so those are kind of special. To get a lot of snap pieces sticking out, you might notice those everywhere in the set, and that's because you can place Doctor Strange or Wanda or whoever you want, and you can pose them into the building. On the wall here, we have a shawarma advertisement. We have Darcy's dog walk advertisement and a shield thing, which I thought is weird because aren't they supposed to be like a secret government thing? Our last outside detail for the first floor is this Doctor Strange portal thing, which leads to the time stone and a chained up book, which is really interesting. If we look inside, there is some forbidden spells hanging on the wall. And if we look a little closer at the book, we can see that it is the Darkhold and has 2 forbidden spells for the Scarlet Witch to discover inside. And since there are 2 jumpers on the floor, you can place Doctor Strange and Wong inside there, but Doctor Strange can't fit his cape in there too. Before we enter the sanctum, we have to make sure we're at the right address. So there's a 1x1 tile with the address stickered on it. There are 2 2x6 tiles with the door also stickered on it. One has a mailbox and one does not. If we enter through the front door, we are met with this massive staircase here that takes up like half the floor. But just to the left of the front door, we have a globe, which is just a minifigure head with the continents printed on it. There's a weird hole in the wall there, though. I'm not sure how I really feel about that. On the wall here, we have 2 stickers. We have Doctor Strange using his powers, and we have a map of all 3 of the sanctums around the world. Just next to that, though, maybe these are some empty shelves. Just below the shelves here, we have the Cauldron of the Cosmos from Avengers Infinity War, which Doctor Strange made a huge deal about. Moving on this way, we have more shelves and a giant grandfather clock, and it's always good to get that 2x2 printed tile there. Just below that, we have a little fireplace and a picture of Wong and Doctor Strange, maybe on Everest again, not exactly sure. We have a green chair where anybody can sit down. We have Stephen Strange's medical degree and a picture of something. It's like a mountain, obviously, but I'm not sure where. But moving right along, on top of the stairs, you can see there's a travel magazine there. We have Wong's secret stuff. We have Stephen Strange's X-ray and his watch from Doctor Strange, the first movie. And we have a box of pizza. But if we remove this, more secrets get revealed. You can see that room we saw earlier, and you can see like a little storage area. We have a fridge and a shelf just full of stuff. We have a phone on top, a 1x1 green tile. We have something translucent in purple there. We have a red crystal, and maybe that's like internet or just like some power board or something. But this fridge is really cool. There is a sticker of I Brick New York and a karaoke sign. And inside the fridge, you can see all kinds of different items. You can see some milk, a apple core, 2 Avengers themed ice creams. Maybe that's like a Chinese takeout box, and there's nothing in the freezer. But the fridge was on a jumper plate all along, which reveals a cave and the Tesseract, which is a little hint on what the next modular building was. Moving on to the outside of the second floor, we have a lot of windows using the same design from the first floor, and it just continues all the way around. We get more snap bricks there. You can see a lot of masonry bricks just detailing around. And on the back is where it gets a little interesting. Get more snap bricks, more masonry bricks. We have 2 AC units which move back and forth, which we'll talk about a little bit later. On this 1x5x5 brick here, we have a few things. We have the 10 Rings logo. We have some graffiti. Maybe that's like a Avengers thing there. And a Spider-Man web to finish it off. And clearly the main attraction here for the second floor is this giant squid thing that Doctor Strange, America Chavez, and Wong fought in Multiverse of Madness. We can take this off the wall very easily and place it anywhere we want, but that's not the point here. The point here is that LEGO did that really small print for the eye, but couldn't print the doors, which kind of upsets me a little bit, but whatever. Moving right along though, moving up the giant staircase into the library. There's a lot to cover here, so I guess we'll start over here. On these two shelves, we have maybe a potion and some gold thingy. I'm not even sure what that's called. That appeared in the Stranger's Workshop set from Far From Home. I'm still not sure what it is. We have two gorgeous red chairs where Wong and Doctor Strange can relax, drinking Thor's beer from Ragnarok. In the corner, we have a nice gold lamp, and just kind of on the top of the shelf here, we just have some random artifacts, like this gold one, this skull, and a few pieces of paper. The books get a little more interesting though. We have two stickers, one that says Magic ABCs, and one that goes over spells, and we have two different colors of ingots, so those are really good to get. On the other side, we have a picture of the Ancient One, which is also a sticker. We have a picture of, maybe that's Defender Strange, when he was alive. We have a spell to bring apples back to life with a gold chalice and a blue rock. Maybe that's supposed to be the Space Stone. I'm not exactly sure. And we have a spell for the Cloak of Levitation, which is really cool. On the bookshelf, we have another magic book and a book to deal with anger by Dr. Bruce Banner. But things get a little more interesting when we open this door. As you can see, we have some beautiful mountains there. If we flick our AC units from earlier, you can see it moves back and forth into the dark dimension or the desert. Sometimes it gets stuck, but still pretty cool to see how that works. I do want to point out one last thing. If we rip this part off, you can see the red coffee mug that comes in almost all of the superhero modular buildings. On the outside of the third floor, it's obviously all in this beautiful sand green color. Get more of the same windows from earlier, and this giant print of the iconic Sanctum Sanctorum window. Turning around the corner, you can see how they did that angle, and I think it's really cool. More sand green, more windows, obviously. And on the back, there are 3 snot bricks for any person you want. There's a giant sticker for Captain America and his exhibit at the Smithsonian, the Bricksonian. And these 3 are all the same size, so you can switch them any way you want. You can have the Captain America up there, you can have him down here. On the second floor, you can have the alien up there, you can have the alien down there. It's really customizable, and I think they did that really well. Sorry, I guess I lied, actually. The alien is actually 1 plate smaller than the other 2, but still, you can place him anywhere you want. The only way up to the trophy room is to float, so you do have to be a sorcerer of some sort. On the left and right, you can see pictures of Mordo and the Ancient One with maybe a staff. Reminds me of Monkey Kid, but I'm sure that's a Doctor Strange reference I don't understand. And Mordo's staff over on the left as well. On this first wall, we have some different artifacts. We have a black skeleton torso. We have a gold Sensei Wu hat and 2 axes to the left and right. We have a helmet using the hot dog piece in black, which is really cool. We have some translucent orange element there encased in glass. We have this thing making an indent in the wall. I'm sure that's just a light, but still odd that they included that. We have a spear and another sort of silver artifact. If we open up the chest, you can see there's a rolled up spell inside. In the other glass case, there's the red fire hydrant, which we get all the time. There's a medieval helmet, which looks really cool. Thor's umbrella from Ragnarok. And finally, a picture of Wong and Doctor Strange fighting that octopus thing from Multiverse of Madness. Moving on to our last kind of floor. I guess not really a floor, but still, we got the roof, and a lot of minifigures can stand here, so it's kind of a floor. We have 3 massive chimneys, 2 in gray and 1 in that light nougat color. We have a little rooftop garden with 2 plants and 1 growing out of its own vase there. We have this weird kind of spiky thing. And we have just a AC unit over here. Nothing too special going on the roof, but definitely a roof. I guess just for some action, you could have the Scarlet Witch attacking the Sanctum, kind of like she did to Camartage, but obviously we don't have a Camartage Lego set, unfortunately. But this is still a decent way to get some action on the roof. So that's really all I have to say about this gorgeous piece of plastic here. I really liked it. All the minifigures were really cool. Some of them being unique, like Mordo, the 2 different Stranges, and Ebony Maw, I'm pretty sure, is unique. Actually, it's a different design. And the Multiverse Strange used to be unique, but now is not. But I do really like this building. I love all the sand green for the roof. I like the printed element for the window. The stickers, it's whatever at this point. You know, something we're just going to have to live with as Lego fans and builders. So what do you think about the set? Why don't you leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. And while you're down there, hit like, subscribe, super easy, it's free. And I hope to see you in the next video where we add the Sanctum Sanctorum into our Lego city.